keeping it basketball, we have to talk about Patrick Beverley's comments on Damian Lillard not being a Hall of Famer in his mind. I'll let you guys take a listen.
On the bus, like, Pat Bev, is Dame Lillard Hall of Fame? Hell no. Like, I love Dame. I love Dame. I promise you, I love Dame. There's no ill will, no beef with Dame at all. But like, Hall of Fame is like, first off, I feel like we it's too many people getting Hall of Fame. You feel me? Like, I feel like it's too many people getting Hall of Fame, right? Let me start off with that. Second off, like, Hall of Fame has to be like a combination of, like, obviously points, rebounds, assists. It has to be a combination of like wins. It has to be a combination of playoff appearances, and it has to be a combination of championships. And right, like, if we get, like, how we gonna say no to D Rose getting MVP and say yes to Dame Lillard? You know what I'm saying?
Fellas,
this guy stinks.
How do we feel about him saying Damian Lillard doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
All right, look, PrizePicks is America's #1 sports picks app, and it's the easiest way to win cash while you're watching games. Here's how it works. You pick more or less on 2 or more players, and you lock it in. That's it. No spreadsheets, no nonsense. If player picks aren't your thing, you can also pick teams now. Winner, spread, total, all in the same map. Team picks are live in 30 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Florida. Most importantly, new users use code Speakeasy. $5 gets you $50 in lineups for free. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Pat Bev, you can't afford to give a take like this early in your media career. Your media career can't afford it. You got to at least wait a couple years to start giving your bad takes. Take it from me. Like, you can't jump off the porch giving terrible takes. And you also can't draw the line of making the Hall of Fame at a notable nemesis in Dame Lillard, of whom you've previously called a con man. Like, you can't now draw the line of, like, you know what? Dame Lillard is where I draw the line for the NBA Hall of Fame. You don't want to draw it at nobody else, but you want to draw it at the top 75 player all time in Dame Lillard, a player who single-handedly was carrying his franchise at least for the last 6 years after LaMarcus Aldridge parts ways, especially after CJ McCollum chunks the deuces. You can't draw the line there. So I just take issue with it because I'm like, Pat Bev, if you want to lead with the NBA Hall of Fame is too easy to get into, co-sign that. NBA Hall of Fame, way too easy to get into compared to the NFL Hall of Fame. And even to some degree, you look at some of the players that should be in the MLB Hall of Fame that aren't in the MLB Hall of Fame, you could say the NBA Hall of Fame, way easy to get into. But you can't say that Dame Lillard shouldn't be in the NBA Hall of Fame, given who's in it.
When you say, hell no,
Yeah.
and then follow up and say, but I love Dame. No. Nah, hating at the all-time high. That's all that is. Hating is at its all-time high. Derrick Rose is not getting into the Hall of Fame because he had a premature knee injury that kind of derailed him. But 100% Damian Lillard is a Hall of Famer. Yeah. And you know what they say, man? It's better to be thought of as an idiot than open your mouth and erase all doubt.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say this and then turn around and say something and think people are going to respect and listen to it when you make this type of statement. And so I disagree with him, obviously. At one point, Damian Lillard was one of the top 5 to 7 players in the NBA over a three-year period. And single-handedly made Portland like, I got to go watch Trailblazers. He single-handedly made you want to watch them play. And so it's unfair, but when somebody starts it off emphatically, hell no.
Yeah.
And then follows it up with, but I love Dame. He my mans. Nah, that ain't true. He ain't your man. You just hating for no reason.
Yeah. And also, don't say hell no. Draw a line just to exclude Dame Lillard and then continue with the tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If you want to draw that line and say everybody of whom it excludes. But you can't draw the line at Dame Lillard and then just try to exclude him. Whatever.
Well, I'm going to ask y'all this, right? I'm going to name 3 players that are currently in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, and I want you to tell me if they're on the same caliber as Damian Lillard.
Is Damian Lillard better than the guy?
Yeah, or is Damian? Let's go,
Right.
Chris Bosh.
I got some names to add to that.
Okay,
But
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
got you. Chris Bosh.
Is Damian? What's the question?
Is
he
Damian
better?
Lillard equal or better than Chris Bosh?
Yes.
I would say better.
Yeah.
Me.
Let's go Chris Webber.
Yes.
Equal or better?
Better.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
want to go push.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
I mean,
about-
equal's
Chris
fine.
Webber was
Equal's
nice,
fine.
bro.
Yeah.
He's in the same caliber as
Yeah.
Chris Webber, though, right? Yao
Yes.
Ming.
Dame was way better.
Dame was way better,
better
right?
career, yep.
I'll throw another one out there. Tracy McGrady, who I think is a great comp.
Nah.
Not talking talent. I'm talking about what they did in their careers.
Oh, what they did in their careers?
But boy,
T-Mac was better.
Are they in the same
But
conversation? Can you make a debate about it?
You could
because
because
you're
of what
talking
Dame
of the
did.
playoffs.
Yeah.
His criteria that he
Yes.
spoke of. Yes.
Damian Lillard's
Yes,
a
okay.
9-time All-Star. He
Yeah.
has 7 All-NBA selections. Tracy McGrady, I think he's a 10-time All-Star, has 6 All-NBA selections.
He getting in anyway. But
Yeah, no,
he gonna
Tracy's
get
already in. T-Mac's already in.
Can
These
I
are
give you
guys
some
that
other
are
names?
already in. Yeah, give me. I know
I'm
there's
talking
worse
Lillard
names.
getting in.
Go
There
ahead.
are worse names.
Yeah.
We've got Mitch Richmond in the Hall of Fame.
Run
We've got
TMC.
Chris Mullins in the Hall of Fame. Y'all gonna hate this one, and as an Indiana native, I hate to do it. Reginald Miller is in the Hall of Fame.
Reggie deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
But you look at the accolades that you just mentioned, All-Stars, All-NBAs, he falls quite a bit short of Damian Lillard. Now, impact on the game, you think about him going up against Jordan in the
All-time
East.
leading
Boy,
three-point
this
shooter.
is
of all
Gauntlet.
time.
This is
Greatest
iconic
shooter of all
right
time,
there,
though.
boy.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I get it, but the case for Dame not making the Hall of Fame is just
Stupid.
absolutely terrible because of what you said, Kieran. But also, he changed the way in tandem. Curry was obviously the leader, but the way the defenses had to play the game.
Yeah.
Dame was a part of that. Oh, we got to start guarding the pick and roll at 30 feet. They weren't even setting screens that high before Steph and Dame came into the league. That's number one. Number two, Pat Bev, for you not to respect a guy that busts your ass for 23 a game every time y'all play, that's an average. That's a statistical fact. Look it up if you don't believe me. 23 a game on your head, and you talk about hell no, and you are a self-proclaimed best defender, all-time defender, one of the greatest ever to play defense, is absolutely crazy to me. And I know, and even in the take he gave, points, rebound, assists, as a defensive player, you didn't even mention steals or blocks as part of the criteria. Pat Bev has no credibility yet, in my opinion. And I'm just a guy that also has no credibility. I'm just a guy. I didn't play professionally in the NBA. I've watched it my whole life. But for you, that's why I'm even more disappointed in the tape, because you played the game.
Is it this though? If Pat Bev would have set the take up better, I think it could have landed better.
Nope.
Because here's what Pat Bev could have done.
Okay.
Pat Bev could have said, "We letting way too many dudes into the NBA Hall of Fame.
That's
Agreed.
fine. And
we
then,
got to
you
draw
back
a
it up
line
with,
there.
with like, I think a guy like a Damian Lillard.
You ain't got enough chips. We letting dudes without chips into
But
the
you
Hall
can't
of
draw
Fame.
the line
We
with
gotta
Damian
draw the line.
Lillard,
He-
though.
Championships, though. Charles Barkley's
he
the
should
first
have
ballot of fame,
drawn
deserved
the
to be.
line out there and then said all the people who don't fit it, instead of like just drawing the line at Dame Lillard.
And also, Damian Lillard made it to the Western Conference Finals. Now I'm pretty sure he got skunked by the Warriors but he got
Lakers.
there. That's more than what Tracy McGrady could ever say. Like, you know what I mean? So to just act, and he's never played with another All-Star as the number one option on his team. He had LA, and so, you know what I mean? But when he became the guy in Portland, he never had another All-Star on his team, ever.
That's why superstars need to leave whenever their organizations.
What's y'all's excuse for his tenure in Milwaukee?
That was a stain.
He got there at
was bad.
33 years old, 34, 33 years old, 34 years old. So I think, for me, I'm not really judging him on the tail end of his career.
And he still balled out.
And like the thing is, he's still going out there averaging 24, 25 a game.
7 and 7, like
Yeah, like it's
5 and 7, like
Whose career would y'all rather have, Dame or D Rose?
Damian Lillard.
I'd rather have
the
Damian
MVP.
Lillard.
Keep the MVP.
D Rose has an MVP
More money, more
and
points,
a lot of promise, but not.
Yeah, I'm taking
Any-
Damian
yeah,
Lillard.
like-
Shit,
like-
he got way more money.
He got,
I said whose
got way
career,
more
not
money.
bank account.
No,
Oh, my bad.
dude, Derrick Rose doesn't
I'm
rate.
happy with either guy's career, but the longevity. You want what Damian Lillard has done.
Yeah,
do.
Derrick Rose doesn't rank.
Longevity, year after year after year. Derrick Rose was great. And then that injury, it just derailed him.
Yeah.
And so anybody would take the longevity that Damian Lillard has had. Anybody would take
Now,
it.
Also, the
D-Rose-
depression and everything else that comes along with being one of the most promising young players in the
falling
entire,
off,
and then
yeah.
falling off, not being. He finished his career not top
Dog,
100
it's
in any
crazy they
statistical
bring up
category.
Milwaukee and he averaged 24 points.
25 a
like,
game in
that's
Milwaukee. Yeah.
crazy.
It just
like,
it didn't work. It was unfortunate that it didn't work, but he was still Dame Lillard. He still averaged 25 and 7 or whatever.
The
while he was in
only
Milwaukee.
knock for me on Dame, and not as it pertains to Hall of Fame candidacy, Dame Lillard, to me, his game just wasn't conducive to winning a championship. In this era of two-way players, in this era of championships were being led by dominant bigs or Steph Curry, like Dame's game just wasn't conducive to championships. Small, marginally athletic guards weren't going to be able to take you the distance. Not in the world of Giannis's, in a world of Jokic's, in a world of Durant's, in a world of LeBron's.
Can we be honest though?
That was my problem.
Are
I gotta
all
push
Hall of
back on that,
Famers?
but
Do
go
all
ahead,
Hall of
Ken.
Famers have to be in the best in the league category? I don't think they do. I don't even think in other sports they have to be. I was the #1 player in the league, or I was in that conversation to be the #1 player in the league to be a Hall of Famer. First ballot Hall of Famers, absolutely. Hall of Famers in general, though, no. Yeah. I don't think they need to be the cream of the crop. Like he's not. KD,
you got to be cream of the crop. Yeah,
he's cream of the crop, but he was never a top 5 player in the NBA.
No, but you got to be.
He hasn't been.
You got to be talked about, and when somebody says your name, they know. Yeah,
he was a hooper. Like, he was a dog.
And unfortunately, it's not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So things like his 2020 gold medal are going to count. He played on that team. He was a big part of that team, and them winning the gold in 2020. Well, technically, it was played in 2021, but you know, he is that guy.
His
but
accolades.
I think to push back on your point, Acho, is in the right system. His game is absolutely conducive to winning. If you swap him with Steph on the Warriors, they have a chance. Now, do I think they're winning 4 or 5 championships? Probably not. But do I think he could have gotten one? Yes. If you take him and swap Kawhi with that playoff run with the Raptors, I think the Raptors can get. No. Kawhi had a. I ain't saying he just.
Kawhi is a two-way player. Is just Kawhi was a.
I hear you.
Kawhi
but notice I specified that playoff run. That wasn't a gauntlet of a playoff run that Kawhi went through. So I think
when Kawhi won the chip in
Toronto,
yeah.
That's one of the most impressive.
The Bucks were a solid team, and they completely took Giannis out of that.
Kawhi was correct.
They also played the 76ers who were good. He had to make that shot in Game 7.
The finals matchup though, when
everybody got hurt.
He had
everybody was hurt.
Yeah, I'm saying if you put Steph in that situation, now maybe the Giannis. Dame in that situation.
Maybe
I think he can rock that finals and
maybe.
But like, can he win a series? To me, my tension is the gauntlet. Can Dame win 16 games and play 31 games and go through consistently and shoot at a high enough clip when Giannis is shooting 18 free throws?
Yeah.
And Giannis is shooting 54% from the field because half his shots are 3 feet from the bucket.
I mean,
that's the tension.
His Western Conference Finals appearance gives me hope, and I'll just.
We got 4-1.
Yeah,
that gave you hope.
He played a great series. He played a great series against the Lakers whenever they played him in the playoffs. He's had his moments. The thing is, it's just like
he's had
what can you do?
Help,
and that's my thing. What can you do?
CJ McCollum has always been his number 2.
LaMarcus?
He
was gone.
Yeah, he wasn't the guy. Dame wasn't Dame yet before LaMarcus left.
The only reason I'll push back is because y'all know I watch the Bucks like I watch any other team. I don't think Dame helped that Bucks team respectfully as much as Drew Holiday did.
Definitely not.
So that's why I say conducive to winning. Like, is Dame a much better shooter than Drew Holiday? Duh. But as far as leadership, as far as defense, as far as floor general, I don't think Dame did for the Bucks what Drew Holiday did for the Bucks. And Giannis didn't realize that at the time until Giannis was like, oh crap. There's more to it than just you scoring 24.
But he didn't have Middleton healthy, and Dame wasn't healthy. And Dame wasn't healthy.
Holiday played with Middleton.
He did.
When Dame got there, it was literally just him and Giannis.
Yeah.